Michael Discioarro is here, former Bronx assistant DA, now on the defense side. All right, let's just start with the law here. At what point, when someone has been threatening and abusive and all these things, and there's a fight and the guy gets put into a chokehold, I get up to that point if we assume all those facts. But this video goes on for 15 minutes. There's something about that feels different.
First of all, it's nice to be with you, Leland.
Yeah.
So in terms of self-defense, there's really one question that prosecutors ask themselves, and because they have to ask themselves, is it reasonable, and will it be reasonable to a jury? Now, we have a video of the choking, but we don't know what happened before the choking. As far as I know, there's no video of that. So that's going to help a lot. And if there's no video, then you're going to have the homicide detectives interviewing witnesses, taking their statements, and that's what's going to be presented to the DA. And the DA may take the case to the grand jury. In terms of what the individual did on the ground, we don't know if the guy struggled for 15 minutes, if he's trying to fight them for 15 minutes. Every self-defense claim is very, very fact-specific.
And in the end, right, this might go to a jury that's lived in New York City and been there with everything that's happened on the subway. And if you spend any time in the city, you realize just sort of how crazed and wild things have become in the subway. We've shown the video as well. Where's the burden of proof? Is it the burden of proof on the Marine to say, I'm being reasonable, or the burden of proof on the prosecutors to prove he was not being reasonable?
Self-defense is what's called a justification under our system, and the DA has to disprove it. So that he doesn't have a burden in this case. But there's an overriding burden in that juries must believe that you acted reasonable. For example, if somebody punches me in the face and I shoot him, most juries wouldn't think that's reasonable. So it's very specific to the acts of this individual. What my suspicion is that the person who was killed, unfortunately, probably got on the train living in Manhattan. I'm on the subways all the time. I see a lot of mentally ill people on the subway who act in an erratic manner. Most of the time, if you ignore them, you can be fine. But there are situations, and I've personally been in situations, and most New Yorkers have been in situations where you have to yourself act or be made aware that you will act, because the person sometimes can get dangerous.
Yeah, and all those people would be on the jury. It's hard to find anybody in New York who doesn't ride the subway and obviously hasn't seen all the videos and experienced the videos, as you pointed out. It's interesting, the political sort of breakdown here, because this isn't really as much of a crime story, right, as is it a cultural story. And you've got Mayor Adams and others who are taking, I don't want to say the side of the Marine here, but certainly giving him the benefit of the doubt. Then you've got somebody like the governor who's already judging the situation. Take a listen to Governor Hochul. Okay, we don't have Hochul sound, but we do have sound of a lot of the protesters who have been demanding murder charges even before the investigation's complete. Take a listen.
The mayor's responsible because he criminalized homelessness. What message is New York City sending to the rest of the world? It's okay to choke and kill unruly black people?
People watched while a homeless man was killed.
What we're seeing from our elected leaders is just continually throw police at the issue, and that's what's going to lead to people deputizing themselves.
Yeah, Kathy Hochul had some other things to say. She said it seems sort of unreasonable. She used those words. I'm wondering, just from a cultural standpoint in New York City, does this become a watershed moment?
Well, we've been here before with Bernie Getz, right? So these are all people that have never stood before a jury. They've never had to prosecute a case. I don't really know politics. I do know the law. And in order to prosecute this person, if there's a crime, you have to have the evidence. It does not appear that is the case. Show me the evidence, show me the facts, because that's how you stand in front of a jury. The fact that he was homeless and he was in a very bad situation does not negate his negative actions if he committed any.
Got it. All right. Well, I think we're going to need to call on your expertise either way, because eventually we're going to get Alvin Bragg's decision here. As you said, it might go to a grand jury, might not, and we go from there. Good to see you, sir. Thank you, Counselor.
Thank you again, Leland. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.